down here on the Kenai Peninsula, and it is beautiful. The weather's perfect. Today is the first day in maybe 4 or 5 days where we've seen a blue sky. Look at this, it's gorgeous. And we're really enjoying that, but we are on our way to one of our favorite places from our last trip to Alaska, which is Homer. And Homer's at the very tip of the Kenai Peninsula. It's a cool, quirky little fishing town, and it has some really great camping, and it's just a really relaxing and beautiful place to hang out. We've had quite a trip getting here. We left Prudhoe Bay, but we were so run down. We both got sick. We had a long drive out of there, and we pulled that off in pretty much a day and a half. Okay, an update on the van. The axle is working great. We had an oil change, we got a tire rotation. We are back up and running and ready to hit it again. But now that we're down here, we're gonna slow our pace down a bit. We're gonna hang out in Homer for the next week. We're excited to show you guys what Homer is and how amazing this area is and what all there is to do and see. It's nice down here. This definitely has a lot different feel than where we've been up on the North Slope, and we're excited to be back. Let's get over to Homer and try to get a really cool campsite right on the spit. Well, we've made it to Homer, Alaska. This is one of our favorite places from our last trip. We are on the Homer Spit right here at the awesome little community campground. There are a lot of places to camp here, but this is just the city campground, and we like it a lot because you're right here on the water, and there's some beautiful tide pools and cool logs that float in, and you're just a short drive from getting further out on the spit where a lot of the cool stuff is. Feels really good to be back.
I'm so happy to be back in Homer. We're out here on the spit. There are a handful of restaurants that we can't wait to go check out just down the road, and walking along the beach and the mountains, and it's just like paradise.
Do you have anything to say that wasn't something I said?
No, but I just wanted to say it better.
So this whole body of water that you can see behind me is Kachemak Bay. And we're looking across at these giant mountains with glaciers, and it's a pretty special place where you have the ocean and the mountains coming together in such a dramatic way. We just met a guy, he caught a 300-pound halibut.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot of halibut.
That is not gonna fit in the freezer of the Revel.
No, that might not fit in the Revel. There's a guy down here, and he's selling fresh Dungeness crab straight off the crab boat for $12 a crab. That seems pretty good to us. So we are walking down now to the marina.
Oh man, Abby, you are wishing you were here for this right now. Oh yeah.
Ooh, he's rearing up at me.
He is.
My brother and I fish on here. It's my boat, and we caught these in Kodiak.
Oh, cool.
But we were coming into town. His daughter's getting married on the 1st. So we were coming to town anyhow, and we thought we'd bring a load of crab to see if any of the locals wanted to buy it. Because the season around here has been shut down for a few years.
Okay.
And it's been fantastic, so I think I'll probably make another trip and do the same thing at the end of the season. Put my boat away here in the winter.
Good.
Awesome.
Wow.
We're glad we caught you.
How long did it take you to catch these guys?
Oh, these? Well, we brought 3,000 with us. Whoa. And it took us maybe 4 or 5 hours of pulling pots to catch that many.
Wow.
Really? Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, I have 300 pots down there, and we only pulled like 100 of them, 112 maybe, and caught 3,000 crab.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're pretty good fishing,
Good
huh?
run.
Pretty good fishing, but the price is price is pretty bad this year. Price is down.
Is it?
Yeah,
What's the normal price?
$4 2 years ago.
Oh.
Last year it was almost $3. This year it's $1.85.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a huge
That's a huge, it's everything. It's not just crab, you know, salmon's down, halibut, sablefish, it's across the board. But at least fuel prices are up.
That helps.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Oh,
You can go
man.
the North Slope.
Yeah. No, I don't want to be up there. It's cold up there.
It is cold.
Pull in one and then maybe double bag it.
Okay, perfect.
This guy looks like he wants to go.
Oh yeah.
Get him to lay down upside down.
Upside down, is that what makes them?
Yeah, they'll settle down and just like fold up. You can see the ones that are in the bottom that nobody's messing with. They'll just settle down and fold up like hockey pucks and just sit there. Oh, there's a beauty. Look at him. All right, 3 beautiful Dungeness crab.
Big fella. Okay.
Let's lock him in there so he doesn't pinch anybody. We'll double bag him.
All right, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I hope you guys enjoy those. They're delicious. It's hard to beat, you know, and it's as fresh as they come.
That's true. That's
And
awesome.
they like to eat butter, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they love butter.
Wait, that
Okay.
might
Doesn't
be
everybody love butter?
I think so. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy your time here.
Good one. Have a bag full of goodness right here. I've got 3 Dungeness crab. We're gonna go cook them right now. We've been cooking our crab for about 12 minutes now, and I'm about to take them out. We're gonna have a feast. All right. Woo. All right, bon appetit. What are you using there to cut those suckers?
My pliers. All right, that's all claw meat. Gosh, that's good. Good morning, Homer, Alaska. We are here at the marina. We are going on a really cool adventure today. We're getting ready to get on a water taxi and we're going across Kachemak Bay to a place called Grace Ridge, which is like an 8-mile, 3,000 vertical foot hike. The water taxi is gonna drop us off in one spot and pick us up in another. So it's gonna be pretty cool because we won't have to backtrack.
We are here on the Homer Spit, right here on the map, and we are going to catch a water taxi, and we're going to come all the way across Kachemak Bay, all the way down into this bay, and we're going to get dropped off right here at South Grace Trailhead. And then we are taking this approximately 8 to 10 mile trail over Grace Ridge, and we'll end up right here at Kayak Beach. The water taxi will pick us up there and take us all the way back to the spit.
We have good weather today. There is some clouds brewing, but the forecast is saying it just could get a little cloudy, shouldn't be windy or wet. All right, let's enjoy this and have a good time. We're riding Mako's water taxi here. We're on the Orca.
We're leaving Homer Harbor right now, and we're about to cross the Kachemak Bay. Maybe we'll see whales or something cool along the way. There are 2 whales, 2 humpback whales out there. Pretty amazing. Right there.
is our beach. This is where the hike will start.
All right, we're here.
All right, Mako's taxi service just dropped us off here on this beach. Now we have 8 more miles. We've already seen a bear. We've already seen whales.
And sea otters.
I don't know. We'll see what we have in store for us today. This ridge looks quite big.
What are you doing here?
I am signing the register, putting in our name and group size and where we're from. That's always a hard one to answer. It's our last known address. All right, we're leaving the water. We're going up the mountain through what feels like a rainforest, and we'll see. This is gonna be a pretty long hike. We haven't been hiking a lot lately since, gosh, this spring was our last big hike. I feel like we've been driving a lot, going to Prudhoe, going to Tuktoyaktuk, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good to get out here, get my feet tired, get my legs tired, get my lungs tired.
Just get tired.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We are just walking through this beautiful rainforest, and it's ferns and big leafy plants and these funny pine trees that have burls in them with big giant chunks of moss hanging off of them. It's pretty special here. It's pretty awesome. But we are just going up, up, and up. We're climbing up this ridge, and I'm kind of looking up here, and I think we're almost out of the forest.
Well, we've changed ecosystems again. This looks like a bear patch ecosystem.
Oh my goodness, look at these views. We're looking down on the bay, Kachemak Bay way out there, and then this is this little arm that we came in on the water taxi. Isn't it pretty? I feel like the clouds are kind of burning off now. We've got some little wispies up here on top of the peak. That's where we're headed. There was a pod of whales swimming by. That was really neat to see.
Boy, it's a nice trail, but it is thick undergrowth.
This is steep. We're going up this narrow ridge, and we're just, it seems like neck deep in these raspberry and whatever these other bushes are. Kathy's been eating a few going up, but you know what else eats raspberries? Bears. And I think the biggest and best thing we can do right now in this thick stuff is just make noise. Let them know we're here, and hopefully we don't surprise anyone.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. So if they can hear us coming from a distance, they're gonna probably move on. And if we do get into it with a bear, get surprised, we do have our bear spray with us, and hopefully we don't have to use it, but I am grateful to have it. We're gonna go on up this ridge, and it's gonna be really beautiful once we get out of this dense brush and we can see. We've got some incredible views around us, I'm sure. What do you think? Is it steep enough for you?
Oh my gosh. They were not joking about it being steep.
This thing is steep, and there's not a single switchback on the whole thing. We're just kind of coming up this runnel through all this brush.
Oh man. Hopefully this is the top of the steep part. This is brutal.
All right, I just looked out into the water and I see a huge white thing. And then I see right next to it a whale breaching and jumping vertically and splashing down and creating another big white thing in the water. Massive splashes, and it had a big delay, but then you could hear this, sounded like the worst belly flop you've ever heard. Big slap, and it did it about 4 or 5 times. And we could totally see it from up here on this ridge. Very cool. All right, we're breaking out of the dense bushes and the trees, and we are getting into the alpine zone, which I think is gonna be a lot easier to walk in. It is so gorgeous up here. Look at this. And now we have these amazing big views that we were hoping we would get. All the grass is super low now. There's just a couple of little tiny trees and bushes, and I feel like we can just almost see forever. Our maps are all saying a little different stuff. All Trail says is an 8-mile hike. The trailhead back there said it was a 9-mile hike. The water taxi people said it was a 10-mile hike. We don't really know. We know that it is going a little slower than we had hoped. I think mostly because we stopped taking pictures and we're making videos and we're moving slow because we're filming. But the first bit was really steep. Now it is 3:15 and we have to catch our water taxi at 6 o'clock all the way down there. So we're starting to kind of wonder a little bit if we're gonna make it. We now have to go all the way down this valley and then back up this other ridge to this point over here that you can see. That is the high point of the whole climb. And once we get up there, it is all downhill. I'm hoping that goes pretty smoothly and it's just a nice trail and we can just kind of bomb down it. But there's only one way to find out for sure. Let's get going. Now, the water taxi captain said that from up here we will have cell service. So, and I think that's his way of saying, hey, if you're running late, call and let us know so we aren't waiting on you. And maybe give them a heads up and see if they could pick us up later. That would then put us a little less rushed. It's still staying light here pretty late, so we have plenty of time for daylight and we have headlights and all that. But really, I just don't want to hold up the water taxi and have him waiting on us or making it late to pick someone else up, or it could just have a chain reaction. So let's get over here and just see how it goes. 5 more steps, 3 more steps, 1 more step. This must be the summit. We're close to it. This is where the geological marker is. Oh, we came all the way from down there. What a great climb this Grace Ridge is. Look at that. All right, let's see. Let's do a check-in on the time. It's 3:32. We're moving a lot faster up here in this more alpine terrain. Yeah.
Made it. Yay.
Yeah. So I think we should do a quick little break here, eat, drink, and then see if we can hoof it down here in almost one push.
We better hustle. Yeah,
we better
I'm
boogie.
a little worried.
We are gonna hoof it down this hill and hopefully make it back to the beach by 6.
Yes, boogie down.
But I can see Homer over here, and that's great because our cell phone should work from up here. So if we need to, for any reason, we can make a call, check in with the water taxi service. All right, what do you need to know if you're gonna come and plan your own hike of the Grace Ridge outside Homer, Alaska? Well, the first thing you need to know is you're gonna need to hire a water taxi. And we liked Mako's taxi. They got us over here. We took the Orca. Over here is the name of the boat. Once you get over here, you have 2 options. You can go from the south or you can go from the north, or you can traverse from one side to the other. Now that's what this video is about here. We went from the south to the north. The beauty in that is we got to climb up the really steep stuff. That might sound like a bad idea, right? Most people might think you want to go down the steep stuff. But really, I find it easier to go up the steep stuff because you aren't slipping and sliding and possibly falling. It's a lot easier to stay in control. We went from the south. They dropped us off at a beach over there, I believe. Oh gosh, I'll put a note here what that beach is called. Once you get going there, going south to north, you're gonna start off instantly in these, what I would call very much of a rainforest. Giant plants, ferns. It's very lush, very dense. Now that's probably the thing with this trip, that if you're not a seasoned hiker, you might feel like the trail is pretty faint in places. And it actually, I never once felt like I couldn't figure out where the trail goes. Actually, right here is probably the worst of it because we're walking in these rocks, but it's pretty obvious to know where to go because we're just following the ridge down. But back there in the woods, it is a well-worn trail. It's not a super duper flat and maintained trail. There are some places where you're kind of scrambling through some muddy sections. You are going up steep ridges that seem to go straight uphill. There is no switchbacks, but nowhere in there did I feel like we were lost or we didn't know which way to go. There are some places where it's very overgrown. you will be belly button or higher in just various plant matter, just kind of wading through it. But there is a beaten trail under there that you are following, so it's obvious. Once we made it above, let's call it tree line, up here into this alpine zone, there's a really beautiful little dirt path that you're following through most of this. It is beautiful. It reminds me a lot of being in the tundra up north in the Arctic or in Iceland or places like that. Beautiful. And now we're traversing this big blunt ridge. We're on the high point of Grace Ridge now, and we are just following the ridge around. There are occasionally these cairns, these piles of rocks, and I can see them going all the way along the ridge. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piles of rocks. Those are the route markers. You know, up here it's flat. People walk in a lot of places. It's not as much of a one set trail. We're just following cairn to cairn, trying to stay on the path as best you can. But I think this is a very long hike. Like I said earlier, people have told us it's anywhere from 8 and 10 miles long, and you gain over 3,000 vertical feet. This is not a joke. This is a long, what I would call a difficult hike. But however you do it, this has been a really great adventure. All right, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button down below. Please, if you haven't checked out our Patreon page yet, check it out. The link is right here. These guys are all of our patrons. Thank you guys so much. You make a major difference for us, and we really appreciate you. So thank you for that. All right, as anticipated, we are back in the jungly stuff. It is definitely less steep on this side, but we are getting very close to the water and our taxi. I'm gonna keep hoofing it, and we'll see you at the beach. It is safe to say we are tired. Oh, yeah. We are well over 10 miles of walking on our devices that are tracking us. I can tell you by the way my legs feel, I'm tired. So we're almost to Kayak Beach, and that's where the water taxi will pick us up. All right, final push to the water. We're out of here. This has been an incredible adventure.